Hi, I'm Nita Gill with VegetableFruitCarving.com. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to make some real pretty and super easy carrot flowers. I'm going to show you 3 ways to make them, ending with the fastest, easiest way. Now, why don't I start with the fastest, easiest way? Well, because you might not have the tools necessary to make it that way. So I'll show you 3 ways, so even if you don't have any specialized tools, you'll be able to make these pretty carrot flowers. For this first method, all you'll need is a carrot, a pointed paring knife, and an ordinary peeler. First, I'm going to just lightly peel the outside edges of the carrot, simply to get off this uneven looking outside. So something like that is just fine to start with. I'm going to hold my carrot like this in one hand, and with my other hand I'm going to choke up on a knife. So I've got a finger on each side of the blade. I'm not touching the sharp portion of the blade, just each side. And then with these 2 fingers, I'm going to either keep my hand on the carrot or on my fingers. And what this does is it allows you to have a steady hand as you cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to carve a groove like this, and then this cut angles back towards the first cut I made, so that when the cuts meet, this piece will lift out and we're left with a groove in our carrot like this. So we're going to do that all the way around. You'll do another one here, cut here, and remove the piece. Okay, so we'll do that all the way around. Next, all you do is take your knife and make some slices, and you have some pretty carrot flowers. Super simple, right? You can use these in soups or salads. Now let me show you an easier way. This time I'm going to start with a yellow carrot, and I'm going to use a V-cutter tool that has a V-shaped cutting surface. The whole tool looks like this. You simply cut your grooves in your carrot using the tool like that. So this is faster because instead of making 2 slices for each groove, you're doing it in one action, one cut. And you do that all the way around. You can see that I'm keeping these 2 fingers on the carrot or on my hand, and that serves to steady my hand as I carve. And also I'm holding my carrot, I'm not holding my carrot like this. If I held my carrot like this, I'd cut my finger. So you want to keep your fingers out of the way of your cutting tool. So now we have our grooves going all the way around. Now we can cut like we did before, and our flower is going to be like this. Now I'm going to show you an easier way to make very thin slices. This is called a mandolin, and it allows me to make very narrow slices just by simply running the carrot across the surface, and the blade cuts it. So what we end up with are these nice, very thin pieces. These thin flower shapes cut with the mandolin actually have some translucency to them, which makes them pretty. Depending on your style of mandolin, you can also just tilt it up and do it like this. And you end up with lots of pretty flowers very quickly. The easy way I'm going to demonstrate with this purple carrot. And one of the reasons purple carrots are fun for making these flowers is because they have yellow centers. So I noticed that I haven't peeled this yet. I'm going to peel it with a specialized peeler that has a wavy blade. This is what it looks like. So this makes it super easy. Instead of cutting individual grooves, you just peel and groove the carrot in one step, like this, all the way around. Using the mandolin, do the same thing you did before, and you've got very fast and pretty purple carrot flowers with yellow centers. Fast and easy. You can make lots of carrot flowers in a very short time this way. You can also use a food processor with a very thin slicing blade. Now you may notice that these look curled, making them look a little bit more like real flowers. How that's done? You simply put them in cold water for 10 minutes or up to about an hour. These have been in for about an hour, and you can see they curl up really nicely, making them look a little bit more like real flowers. Pretty, aren't they? So what can you use your carrot flowers for? If you're going to use them for soup, you may want to keep them a little bit thicker, slicing them with a knife. I especially like to use these carrot flowers in salads because they make the salads so pretty, and people always ooh and ah over them, thinking that they took a long time to create. You can make your carrot flowers a day or two in advance. Just seal them with a little bit of water inside plastic bags and store them in the refrigerator. These I made 2 days ago, and they're still looking great. If you like this lesson, you might just love our 101 course for beginners and our other video lessons that we have available in our shop at www.vegetablefruitcarving.com/shop. I hope to see you there.